All right, so this one has a lot of little parts to it, and so in order for you to be able to see everything, I had to zoom in against the board. You won't be able to see me as much, but that's not important. Make sure you can follow along and see all the different data representations. We're gonna be looking at graphing, ordered pairs, table, mapping, domain, range. It's gonna be really fun. So just follow along, let's get it. Here we go. First table of data. U.S. gold medals in our fictional Summer Olympics. You'll notice it's from 1998 every 4 years, which Olympics didn't happen then. But in 98, we had 35 fictional gold medals. 38 in 2002, 50, make it rain, world domination in 2006, 42 in 2010, 40 in 2014, and 38 in 2018. I have this already on the board. I'm gonna be honest, if you don't know how to make an ordered pair out of this, we got bigger problems, okay? So I'm assuming you can collect your own information here. If it even tells you in this table X and Y, I make an X and a Y coordinate pair out of my data sets. Good. Next, graphing. Plotting points. Now, if they're in ordered pairs, it should be even easier. So what I'm going to do is just plot these points. These are easy questions on a test, guys. You'll notice in mine, I put increments counting by 4 on my years, starting in 1998. And then on my number of gold medals, I counted by 5, going up. And again, if you're ever confused, top is always your independent or your X value, which goes on the X axis. And the bottom is your Y or your dependent on the Y axis. So I'm just going to plot some points. 98, I'm at 35. 2002, I'm at 38. 2006, we're at 50. Yes, big time. 2010, we're slumming it in 42. 2014, we're at 40. And 2018, we're at 38. Boy, the world caught back up to us. Just a shame. Easy points. Easy points. All right, mapping. Now, this is the first one that has some rules with it, okay? Mapping, you're going to have a column for your X and a column for your Y, and it is listed least to greatest, no repetitions. So if I look at my X values, it's pretty easy. It's almost in order, which is really nice. So, and I'm actually going to just use, since we can, the last ones. The last two, I'm going to put 98, 02, 06, 2010, 2014, and 2018. Now keep in mind, if they were keeping data over 100 years, I could not use this because there'd be two 98s. I would have to use all 4, but because we only have the beginning of the actual century, we're okay, and I'm lazy. All right, Y values. If you look, it starts at 35. But there's two 38s, so you only list it once. Next, we got 40, 42, and then big 50. The books usually put some ovals around it. Feel free to do so if you're feeling fancy. And now we draw the connection. All right, let's see who's partnered up. 1998 goes 35. That one was pretty nice. 02 goes, man, this is really convenient. 06, oh, 50. See how we just draw the connection. 2010 went to 42. 2014 went to 40. And 2018 went back to 38. And there's your mapping diagram. That's how you'll set it up. Now your domain is your X values. Again, very similar to the mapping diagram, least to greatest, no repetition. So when I list my domain, I'm actually going to write it out this time. I have 1998, 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014, and 2018. Make that bracket a little bigger. Range, Y values. So again, we're going to start with 35, 38, 40, 42, and 50. Kind of infringed upon function or not a function. Oh, I'm glad you asked. How do you know if it's a function or not a function? Well, there's a couple ways. The two that we're going to mention most here, X values. If an X value repeats, it is no longer a function, okay? So if you'll look, You can tell this by your ordered pairs. We're going to talk about how you can tell using a graph in a little bit, but you can also look from the mapping diagram. Notice there's only one string at every single x value. Now you may be thinking, but that 38, it's used twice, but that is a y value, so that has no bearing on whether or not it is a function. This has no repeat x values, so yes, it is a function. The other way you could have done this is using the graph. You may recall we used something called the vertical line test. So all you would do is take a vertical line, pass it over the graph. If it hits your points or your line or your function at more than 1 point on the x-axis, it's not a function. You'll notice as I slid this across, we're only hitting 1 point at a time, so it passes the vertical line test, and this is still a function. All right, quick little video on mapping ordered pairs tables, graphing, domain range, function or not. Have a good day.